Human civilization was manifested to thrive on the bedrock of harmony, and this harmonious foundation was strengthened by the belief in equality. But the belief in equality was overpowered by the belief in hierarchy with the passage of time. Humans were segregated, and their existence was defined by a social ladder of authority and status. You need to keep proving your worth to climb the ladder and claim a dignified life. However, climbing this ladder was made difficult and sometimes impossible by those who were granted control from the beginning itself. But what if those who are prohibited from their right to climb this ladder choose to revolt against the tyrannical regime? What if they choose to reclaim their right to succeed and outcast their oppressors with force? A lot of storytellers have utilized the influence of art to perceive and critique this social hierarchy. One such storyteller is Maari Selvaraj, who is back with his third feature film Maamannan, which critiques social hierarchy by using the metaphor of the relationship between animals and human beings. The use of this relationship to signify deeper meanings is one of the signature elements in the creative arsenal of Maari Selvaraj. And in his third feature, he has not only employed but based the creative friction of his entire narrative on depicting the complexity of this relationship that acts as the emotional core of the story. He has incorporated the parallel editing technique with editor Selva RK from start to finish to establish the conflict between freedom and control, between hierarchy and equality, and between care and cruelty. And the best example of this editing technique is in the opening scene itself, which introduce and establish the psychology of our lead characters Adiveeran and Ratnavel. The film opens with a shot of an empty Parliament House, which then cuts to the flag on a car that symbolizes power. Then we see the door of a house that opens to release a pack of dogs that sound fierce but don't look healthy. And we all know that dogs are a symbol of loyalty. We then cut to a drift of pigs that look way more healthy and harmless. Just like the dogs, these pigs are released by their master Adiveeran. But we are made to realize their sense of freedom by cutting back to the dogs who are chained and brought inside a truck to be transported somewhere. We now cut to the first look at Ratnavel, and everything about this scene explains how he is a man of power and is surrounded by his outer circle of influence. But the way we cut back to the dogs after this scene kind of hints at the fact that these dogs are owned by Ratnavel himself. Now, while they are being transported, we cut back to Adiveeran to see how he is taking care of his pigs. We also quickly cut to Maamannan's character introduction and then get back to Adiveeran. The dogs seem to arrive closer to their destination. The screen keeps dipping to black to reveal the opening credits, and then we are introduced to the inner circle of Ratnavel. But before revealing the director's name, we get another quick look at the contrastingly better situation of the pigs. But the montage hasn't ended yet. We will now discover more about the nature of these characters with the help of parallel editing. Ratnavel's dogs have arrived and he gives the order to get them ready for the race. And this scene is placed in parallel with the moment Adiveeran starts his bike. The race begins and the action of the dogs is matched with the action of Adiveeran riding his bike. But we keep getting back to the race, which results in the loss of Ratnavel. The parallel editing continues to tie these moments of Ratnavel holding one of his men responsible for the loss and Adiveeran entering a martial arts school owned by him. Now, the activity of slapping one character is matched with another character getting slapped. I'm sure we have seen such editing choices countless times, but they do have a significant contribution in shaping the overall psychology of the characters and narrative depth. Adiveeran teaches his students to fight back and not to be scared of retaliation just because the other person is bigger than them. On the other hand, Ratnavel feels humiliated after his dog loses the race. There is a match cut to make him stand inside the dog shed. Now, if we take a pause here and try to understand everything that we have seen till now in its entirety, we will realize that both Ratnavel and Adiveeran hold the position of a master. Ratnavel is a master to his dogs and Adiveeran is a master to his students at his academy. When we proceed again with the montage, we realize that the parallel editing is helping us to understand how Adiveeran is a true mentor to his students, while Ratnavel is a cruel master who keeps his dogs terrified of defeat. The action of Ratnavel taking his dog upstairs is matched with the action of Adiveeran's student to fight back and learn how to win. While Ratnavel values his dignity and respect at the highest level, Adiveeran holds the dignity and self-respect of his students at the highest level. For Ratnavel, defeat leads to death, But for Adiviran, defeat leads to an opportunity to fight back your fears and reclaim your victory. While the dogs are scared of their master, the students feel more courageous because of their master. And as the narrative progresses, we realize how the use of dogs and pigs indicate the age-old conflict between those who want to keep imposing hierarchy and those who want to restore equality. Dogs are meant to symbolize the cruel nature of hierarchy and power. Pigs are meant to symbolize those who are made to feel downtrodden and non deserving of a dignified life. And the film turns out to be a war between dogs and pigs, a tussle of power and pride that weakens the foundation of harmony in this world. And Maari Selvaraj has once again excelled at portraying this war of the world that we live in with Maamannan.